Hello everybody, my name is Oxeye. Hope you're doing well, hope you're doing swell. The other week we took a look at my interpretation of a swamp village. It was super fun to do. I had a lot of fun building the village, coming up with the concept, and you guys seem to absolutely love that idea. So today we're back with another video in that series. Except today we're moving out of this slimy, nasty biome and sliding into a biome that is much more beautiful. On the Swamp Village video, I had a comment from Rabbit Child recommending a flower biome village, and that idea got my mind exploding, like literally exploding. Picture me in a chair and my head has exploded with ideas and colors. Ideas. However, unfortunately, flower forest biomes don't have their own brand new unique villager. These are the plain villagers, but that would be silly. We can't let that hold us back. So today we'll be diving into my concept for a flower forest biome village. I have a little bit of lore, a little bit of story to go along with this, so just sit back, grab some tea, and enjoy. And of course, as always, if you are a human being, yes, a species that is human, make sure you drop a like and subscribe for more videos from me. Keep your eyes out for a poll on my community tab soon for the next village remake. Let's go. So here we are, the Flower Forest Village. Now, you'll notice quite a bit of color and some interesting roofs with this one, which I think we'll get into. But we should do this video just like the last one and start at one end of the village, walk through the thing. So, let's start off with some lore. Flower forest villages are in flower biomes, right? And as Minecraft continues to expand, presumably there will be more and more flowers. The 1.14 update adds in 3 new flowers. I thought it would be an interesting concept to use the villages that are in Minecraft to help explain and walk players through aspects of the game. That is why we have a wonderful little flower farm here with some Wither Rose flowers. If players were to play strictly survival Minecraft, there's a good chance that they would never come across the Wither Rose and possibly know nothing about its unique properties. So, I thought we'd change that by planting these flowers in this village. This would add another way for players to obtain this really rare and unique flower. Now right across the road we have a librarian building. So of course we have our standard lecterns in here and then bookcases galore, and then we have a basement actually with white concrete and pink terracotta. As always, I tried to pick a good block theme. These are the blocks that make up most of the village builds this time. I tried to pick some light color blocks and blocks that you wouldn't usually see, being used in this fashion, like hay and pink terracotta and even the ugly birch log. And yes, I was even considering using diorite, but then I realized it's diorite, it's pretty ugly, and I threw it in a fire. So anyways, I tried to get a little more in-depth in these villages as well and added in some custom loot. So in this librarian chest, we have an enchanted book with projectile projection 3 and then some paper. We have a bed down here as well, which I know, usually these libraries wouldn't have beds or anything like that, but why not here? Moving on, we have small house number 1, or what I'm calling small house number 1. I decided to go with hay bales for the roofs of this town because hay is alive and this whole biome is very alive. Correction, hay was alive. It was a plant and it is now dead. So, yeah, I just thought it would make an interesting, block choice, roof choice in this biome, and the birch logs as well. They do hurt my eyes a little, but I was trying to be creative here. Now, this small house has some pink walls as well, which stays in line with my idea of color. I wanted lots and lots of color in these villages. The color theme for the village is pink, light blue, and white. Moving on down this path, we find the sunken building right here. This sunken building is meant to be the village town hall. We have a few villagers gathered in here, not talking to each other, of course. Maybe something happened. We have a fire in the middle, just to let off a little smoke signal. I thought that was a cool idea. And then, of course, your standard brewing stands and some potted flowers to add some color. I believe the loot in this building should consist of potions, and that is why we have a few potions of regeneration in this chest here. And then I also have some banners in here which symbolize the town, but we'll talk about that a little more in just a few moments. But that just about does it for the town hall, or the town temple, or the town church, as some players have called these things before. Carrying on down this road and hanging a left, we will find a sheep pen. Players can dye sheep 16 different colors in Minecraft. However, sheep can be found in like 6 colors in the wild, and I don't really like that. I figured that in these villages, sheep will spawn in these sheep pens with unusual colors, and that is why we have pink, yellow, and light blue, as well as a white sheep in here. I thought that was kind of a cool idea and a good way to showcase all of the sheep colors that exist in this game. Moving on, we have small house number 2, which is pretty much like small house number 1 over there. Just has some birch and then a pointed hay roof instead this time, and then inside, a llama. There was actually a wandering trader when I was building this village, and it actually wandered into here. I think he has since despawned, but the llama now lives in small house number 2. We do have a chest with some randomized loot. I thought pufferfish because they're colorful and they're from a biome that absolutely wouldn't be over here, so that would kind of lead players on a hunt to maybe go find a war motion or something cool like that. Moving on, we have this fisher building. I had a lot of fun building this one. I think this is a creative shape. As you can tell, we have tons and tons of barrels laying around out here because, of course, that's the block that is tied to the fisher profession. Inside, we have a barrel counter, a smoker for cooking up the fish, and then a chest with some sea-related loot, even some kelp. So another way for players to find kelp in the game. If we climb up here, we'll find the fisherman's bedroom and not too much else. Going back down and going out of the back door, we have the dock where the fishermen would stand and fish probably all day long, and then go inside, go upstairs, go to bed, and repeat again the next day. That sounds very, very desirable and exciting. Now, this is the town square. So, of course, a bell here to symbolize the town center or square, and then a giant terracotta flower. Because why not? If you could recall, in the swamp village, I used a giant brown mushroom, and then in this village, I was going to use a birch tree, but I decided, that's kind of lame, so why not go with a giant flower? I imagine this flower could be really any color, so long as it does match with one of the flower colors. So that would include purple, red, white, yellow even, like really any color in the game. Of course, I'm using concrete up top and then terracotta down low. Now, I also have a few stalls just sitting around here because it is the town gathering place, so I thought that would be kind of nice. And then we have a table with some cake, an empty table, and then the city banners. I think as I continue to do these village videos, I will design a banner that is simple for each village. This one is the flower biome village. But moving on past our town square and down this road, we'll go left and head into the loom or the shepherd's building. I have the looms kind of popping out here with a nice little window looking at the town centerpiece, and then a chest with some more loot. Of course, loom related stuff. Over here, we have a little outside balcony that the shepherd buildings usually have in the vanilla villages, and that's just about it for this build here. I think this subtle little terracotta design really blends into vanilla Minecraft. Right across the road, we have the smoker building. So pretty much just tons of smokers downstairs, and then upstairs we have the bedroom. This building has an interesting view and actually a chimney made out of pink terracotta. I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on how this building turned out, if I'm being honest, but I think it's cool. It's unique. It's different, right? I had the idea for, some kind of window up top and different roof lines, so I don't know. Not my favorite building in the village, but I think it fits and it's kind of nice. Over here we have wheat. I figured these flower biome villages with their hay roofs should grow wheat and wheat only because that would make sense. If there's tons of hay on the roof, it has to come from somewhere, right? So I have a small planter box right here with, of course, a composter outside and wheat planted up top. Then over here on the hill behind us, we'll find even more wheat planted. I figured that, players love to make these kind of farms that are just random, planted all over the place, maybe on hills and fields or whatever, and that should be brought into the game. So we would have two options for farms in these villages. Either some kind of planter box like this one that the villager has no clue how to use, or we have a scattered field type wheat farm in the village as well. Now, over right across from this wheat farm, we have this two-storied building. This is the cartography building. I didn't build one of these in the last village showcase. I figured it would be kind of cool to implement a map in these villages, and I actually need to update the map. Aha! So we have a map for the village in these buildings, a cartography table, of course, and then upstairs we have the bedroom again. Not too much to the bedroom, just, a raised up area in this building. I opted out of a loot chest in this building and went for the map instead. I figure whenever a player finds this biome, there would be a map that is tied to, the building's location in here to loot instead of, like, paper and random things like that. Carrying up the road here, we have the loom setup. Now, this is the other big thing that I wanted to use this village to teach players about. The 1.14 update adds in the loom, which uses wool or banners and dyes to make all of those fancy custom banners. I figured I'd put some blank banners posted up around the loom and then dye in the chest here, and even a charge, so players could find a pattern. And then of course we could go into the loom that is right here, place the pattern, place the banner, place one of the dyes, and pretty much figure out what these patterns are, how this all works. I thought this also looked really, really cool. It reminded me of some Model UN thing or something like that. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for here. Of course, we have all of the flowers around us in this biome, so tons and tons of dye. I figured the loom would be an amazing thing to really showcase in this village because of the fact of, the abundance of dye all around here. So really, players are meant to rip these banners down, customize them however they want, and then put them back or take them home, or really whatever you want to do. And then finally, we have small house number 3, which is, again, another small house. Hay ceiling, blue walls, just a small building, and then the stone cutter building, which has an amazing view of the town. I really love this view. Of course, a stone cutter, a hanging grindstone, and then some loot in the chest, which consists of a tool and then some stone. Not too much else in this building, though, other than, again, that amazing, amazing view of the town centerpiece, the farm. I absolutely love the positioning of this building here. I think it sits in the perfect location. But what do you think? Do you think villages should showcase things about the game? Do you like my concept for the flower biome village? Like I mentioned earlier on in this video, keep your eyes out for a community tab poll. I will be polling the next biome that I decide to take on. So if you're interested in taking part in that decision, definitely look out for that. How would you build a flower biome forest village? If you have any ideas or you tackle the project, definitely send me a screenshot of what you come up with on Twitter. My name is Waddles. Leave a like if you liked this video and subscribe for more. If you'd like to support me directly, I do have a Patreon where you can do so. It is linked down below. If you decide to pledge, you'll get access to my private Patreon server, which is super, super fun and just has a really, really wholesome community. Thanks for watching. This is how I imagine a flower forest village, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Go have a good day.